Wrapping up year one for Trey Lance, it was clear that he had a very small sample size, but heading into year two, his expectations are through the roof for the 49ers. So today, I wanted to dive into his film, really break down what he does well, what he needs to improve on, and what my expectations are for him moving into year two. So without further ado, let's dive into the film breakdown. Diving into the first set of plays here, I do want to preface today's video will be completely centered around Trey Lance's ability to run the football and how he elevates the 49ers rushing attack. Next week, I'll release part 2 going into Trey Lance as the pure quarterback pocket passer. So without further ado, let's take a look at this bread and butter play that the Niners ran all of last year with Trey Lance, and that is QB power. The Niners showed many different variations of QB power, but this is the base form of it. We see we're going to be utilizing every single body in the box. Instead of the quarterback just handing the ball off to the running back, instead, Trey Lance is going to keep this ball here, and we're going to use the running back to gain the advantage of blockers to defenders in the box. Now we're utilizing every single blocker in the box, which outnumbers the defense, giving the offense the advantage, and it creates massive creases as we see on this play here. And now all Trey Lance has to do is walk behind his polar straight into the end zone. I'll let the play restart from the top again, but just keep an eye on here. We see the defense. They have 7 defenders in the box, and now we're going to utilize every single body in the box now using 7 blockers to create a massive lane for our quarterback to walk into the end zone. So now as we jump into this next play, I want to stay on the same subject of designed QB runs for Trey Lance. And this is just another variation to run this QB power look. Now we see the offense, they're in an empty backfield set. So we're going to see the defense respond to this by giving a too high safety look. This is because if there's no running back in the backfield, most likely the defense is expecting a pass play to come. So they're going to drop 2 deep safeties, protect anything over the top, and try not to allow an easy completion to happen. But instead, we see the 49ers dial this up perfectly. They're going to bring their motioned receiver here, who's the fullback in this situation, to add that hat into the box to be their kickout player so they can run QB power once again. By bringing that fullback into the box late, it doesn't allow them to roll a safety down from depth, which now the safety's having to come from his too high alignment, 8 to 10 yards off the ball. We have this massive crease, and now Trey Lance is one-on-one in the hole with a safety that's 10 yards away from him. And as I let the play roll here, we see Lance, he doesn't even get touched for 8 yards. He's able to fall forward and pick up a big first down for his offense. I'll let the play roll from the top one more time, but be able to get into these empty sets and trick the defense into thinking that you're going to pass the ball, just the motion, and be able to run a power downhill running play can be massive for the offense, and just being more creative and creating big plays for the Niners rushing attack. We've seen a lot to like with the QB power look and these schemed up quarterback runs. Now let's take a look at the read option play and how it adds another layer to the 49ers offense. So as we take a look at pre-snap here, we're going to see the defense, they're rolling down into a single high alignment. They've seen the 49ers rushing attack gash them, the outside zone, the QB power schemed up running plays have been gashing them. So now they're going to roll the safety circled in the black down into the box to be an extra run support defender. Now this gives them the advantage. They have 7 defenders for only 6 blockers. But the offense is going to respond by reading and optioning off of that extra defender in the box. This allows the offense to regain the numbers advantage here. So now they got 6 blockers for the 6 defenders, and then the option man circled in red will be the 7th unblocked guy, because we see him crash down to the running back here. So Trey Lance will pull this, get out on the edge, and we see how good this looks. We got 2 blockers for the 2 defenders circled in red. Now once again we see the safety circled in black is 10-15 yards away, having to come down to force Trey Lance to slide. But by the time he gets there, it's already a 10-yard gain. I'll display roll from the top one more time, but this is a really good example from the 49ers offense that even when the defense wants to load the box and have more defenders than blockers, they have the athleticism at quarterback now to read option off of players to regain that numbers advantage. So we've seen a lot to like so far. Designed QB runs with the QB power look. We've seen the read option play. We see this offense starting to layer on top of Trey Lance's skill sets. Now as we jump into this next play here, we're going to see another layer to this offense, and that is the RPO game. So we see pre-snap here, the offense is dialing up this RPO bubble screen here. So as once again, we see the box is loaded with defenders. We have 6 defenders for only 5 blockers. So now we're going to see the defender circled in red. He's going to be our read key. We're going to send the running back in a swing motion here. If he expands to that swing route, we're going to be 5 for 5 in the box and allow Trey Lance to run against even numbers. And as I let the play roll here, that's exactly what happens. Now that backer is expanding out to defend that bubble screen, Now we see the offense is 5 for 5 in the box, and once again we see the advantages of having more blockers compared to defenders with this big running lane that creases for Trey Lance to pick up another 8 to 10 yard gain for his offense. I'll have to play roll from the top one more time. It's just a really good example of how the 49ers are now able to utilize Trey Lance's athleticism to scheme up plays to get favorable rushing situations inside the box. And you may ask, what happens if our read man, our backer here, stays in the box and doesn't leave the box to follow the swing motion? Well, as we see in this look, if that defender circled in red wants to stay to play the risk of Trey Lance running the football, well, Trey Lance is all he's going to do is dump it off to his bubble screen here to Deebo Samuel, where he has 3 blockers for 3 defenders right in front of him, giving him the advantage out in the perimeter. Basically, in this situation, as we see, the defense is in a lose-lose situation. No matter what the backer chooses here, it's either you got to pick your poison. Do you want Deebo Samuel working outside on the bubble screen, or do you want the quarterback running it up the middle? And in this situation, both players are very athletic, and they're going to be able to punish the defense no matter what. Overall, we've seen a lot that I like so far, and we see the headache that Trey Lance is going to bring to defensive coordinators night in and night out next year. We've seen Trey Lance work in the QB power game. If you give him even blockers to defenders, he's going to make the right cut. He's going to make the right read. He's going to either pick up the touchdown or pick up the first down for you, whatever you need. He has the athleticism, and he's basically like another running back in the backfield. Now, like I said, if the defense wants to roll down those safeties into the box to stuff the run and they're going to load the box, well, that's okay because Trey Lance has the athleticism to run the read option play, reading off of the extra defender that the defense puts into the box. We also saw the creativity that allows to bring in the RPO action game, be able to read off of second-level defenders, and overall punish defenses that want to load the box and get into these single high looks. No matter what, it's a schematic nightmare for any defense. And the best part about it is that this is only for 2 games. Trey Lance has only started 2 NFL games. Now Kyle Shanahan has had this whole offseason to sit down, design, and work up even more creative game plans to layer this rushing attack off of Trey Lance's athleticism. I'm excited. We've saw a small sample size of 2 starts from Trey Lance, but like we saw today, we've seen a lot to like. We've seen all 3 layers work in each phase. The QB power, the schemed rushing attacks. We've seen the read option. We've seen the RPO. I'm so excited to see this offense take the next step come this next NFL season. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Do you guys think Trey Lance is going to blow up this next season, or do you think he's going to be a bust? Let me know your thoughts down below. I love hearing from you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.